Hey YouTube, it's Rai here. Today I have a video for you on the most underused attachments in Battlefield 3. Specifically, for this video, I'm going to talk about the bipod. Now, the bipod is an attachment that allows you to deploy a bipod and then begin to fire and then basically have no recoil on the gun as the bipod kind of absorbs all the recoil of the gun. It's available on every weapon class, every primary weapon available in the game. However, really it's going to be best used in a support class with the belt-fed machine guns such as the Type 88, the M60, the M240B, and the M249, for example. And you're typically going to be using it as a defensive kind of suppression weapon, specifically in game types such as rush defense, where you have attackers coming in to get to the MCOMs and arm the MCOMs, and one or two well-placed machine guns with the bipods and extended mags can lay down a lot of fire, wipe out squads of guys, and if done right, from relatively safe cover, providing great defense in a rush defense type of situation. However, you can also use them on offense in rush games as well to help cover MCOMs. I would not suggest using this type of loadout as an aggressive role when you're trying to arm an MCOM. Really, if you can get to a position where you can overlook an MCOM and have one of your teammates arm it, and then you basically lay down the suppressive fire to keep guys off that MCOM to successfully destroy it, that's where this kind of loadout is really going to help you on rush offense situations. For capture the flag, I'd suggest capture the flag defense, maybe with some C4s, C4 placed in the capture the flag area, and just kind of guarding the flag to help make sure that no one gets away with that flag for you. Again, defensive roles are critical sometimes in Battlefield, and really you don't see a lot of players want to play defensively, and for various reasons, which I'll get into in a little bit. As you see here, I'm playing it on Team Deathmatch. I'm using a Type 88 with the Cobra sight, the bipod, the extended mags on this weapon here. And you'll see various, different positions that I use it in. This is one of the obvious positions. You see guys use it here all the time for, pretty self-explanatory reasons. It gives you great field of view to guys that run out on the open areas of the map, and which basically you can just, lay fire down and pick them off. One of the things I do like about the Type 88, and you'll see it up here, is that it is accurate without having the bipod deployed, which is a big drawback to the machine guns, the belt-fed machine guns in this game. You see I take two guys out right there, and that's just in a kneeling position, aiming down sights. That's one of the benefits I like preferably the Type 88 for, is that it does have a good balance between the deployed fire and the non-deployed bipod fire, where you can actually get in confrontations and take guys out at medium range without having to worry about it too much. And I feel as though most players avoid this type of loadout because it does require you to play defensively and remain stationary, thus making you an easy target for snipers and long-range fire. But as as well as I mentioned before, being very inaccurate when the bipod isn't deployed. But again, it seems like they've adjusted some of these machine guns now to where you could use a bipod, and it's not going to harm you so much when you don't have that bipod deployed. You'll still be able to get good fire at medium ranges that could take enemies out. I also think most players want to get in the action pretty quick, and they don't want to remain, stationary or in a defensive position. And I know from, being the guy on the team that has played defensively in capture the flag matches, in rush matches, it can be boring. You can sit there for a couple minutes before an enemy pops his head up or comes by. But again, that could mean the difference between you winning or losing a match. Sometimes you need those guys to sit back, play defensive, stay at home, and guard the MCOMs or guard the flag and capture the flag, for example. So it is a very important role. I'd like to see more players play it. I feel as though a lot of times when I am playing a rush game type or a offensive versus defensive type game type, that it's just me and maybe one other buddy of mine sitting back actually defending the flag or defending the MCOM, and that can be very frustrating. Whereas maybe just one or two more guys back there defending with machine guns with something like that will help you out. Now here you'll see, I also in this clip you'll see In certain situations, you may want to use claymores because you're going to be stationary to cover your flanks, cover your rear, so you don't get guys sneaking up on you or behind you. If you haven't tried it, and you haven't played this game type or this setup in a while, you may very well want to give it another shot. It's really worth trying. I was having a lot of fun this round. I think I had somewhere upwards of 80 kills in this large ticket team deathmatch round. But again, just doing things like getting to good spots to get a lot of good sight lines and fire down range. This thing, the Type 88 specifically, at least for me, because I've done this with the M60, I've done it with other weapons as well. To me, this is just a bullet hose. As you see here, I'm just laying on the trigger and getting kills, and there really is no recoil at all, not really side-to-side recoil. That bipod is really absorbing it, so it gives me a lot of fire. And you see there I get stabbed because I didn't do the smart thing and place a claymore behind me to kind of make sure my rear was covered. So again, I'd say combine it with a bipod, maybe some extended mags, or even a flash suppressor if you want better aiming, downside accuracy, and the correct positioning. You can really lay down a lot of fire, be a real thorn in the enemy team's side, a real threat on just about any map you can play. I'm even thinking about starting to try to play some of this in Conquest as Conquest defense. One of the things you see players do all the time in Conquest especially is they grab a flag. What do? You go in, your squad goes in, y'all grab a flag, and what happens? Everybody leaves and then goes to the next flag to grab. 4 or 5 guys grab Bravo, and then you have 3 guys go this way over to Alpha, 2-3 more guys go this way over to Charlie, and Bravo's completely open, and you get 1 or 2 guys on the other, enemy team immediately come in right after you do it and cap it. So I like to, in those situations, maybe patrol a little bit or get an overwatch area where I can watch 1 or 2 of the flags pretty easily by just going back and forth and defend them. And I'm going to start doing some experiments with that as to how I can use this better in a Conquest role. Well, thanks for watching this video, guys. I do appreciate it. I do plan on doing more Battlefield 3 tactical videos here in the near future, so be sure to hit like and subscribe, and keep checking out my channel for newest videos, not just for Battlefield 3, but for all kinds of multiplayer shooters and multiplayer games as well. Have a good one. This is RyRy. Take care.